All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit more about higher aspects of the ego, higher aspects of mind expression, and its interaction and relationship with the external world. So there are certain levels of the human experience where the mind has pretty much allowed the potential of the ego to be an asset in its expression in the toolbox of the mind. And so there are levels, and many successful people, peak performance people, thought leaders, and ultimate achievers understand this. They understand that the world and your experience can be relative, but there's also the recognition of others going through the similar realization and experience of expression. And usually at this component, the human feels a responsibility to contribute to others' experience in a positive way, in a great way of contribution. And there's something within the human experience, there's something within the human mind that wants to help others, wants to contribute to others. And it's not an aspect of ego, narcissism, as far as gain, as far as recognition, although those are very real levels, but those are lower levels. Those are lower levels of the mind and of ego experience. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is a realization that we all have the power and the potential to contribute to others' positive experiences in life. Thus this video. Thus a lot of authors. Thus a lot of transformational leaders that understand the miracle of movement and that can help co-create change in the world and uplift consciousness of awareness in the world, right? And so a lot of people have this deep inner kind of drive to contribute and have a sense and a feeling of contributing to the momentum of peace and happiness of experience in this world. And that's freaking awesome. That's awesome. But we all live sovereign lives, and we all have free will to choose to enact that potential or not. And so you don't have to, but it makes life awesome and more enjoyable when you do that. Because in an aspect, you can crawl up the ladder to the point where you are so satisfied with your experiences in your life, and you have so much self-fueled value inside your life that you could just continuously perpetuate that expression. But then you realize that, I'm self-fulfilled, things are really good with my life. Why don't I help this other person if they need it, if they want it, through guidance, through mentorship, through sharing what you have exhibited as truths and realization that have worked for you, and others can see that value and they can gain value from it so that they can ascend and transcend. And here's the cool component is when you do this, when you project out this value of service and mentorship and guidance and assisting others and encouraging their empowerment and their transformation in their life, they ascend. And when they experience that value, it reciprocally comes back to you. And so then you uplift at the same time that they all uplift, and we all uplift at the same time. And it is analogous to raising the level of the sea. And that is essentially like raising consciousness And the boats are all raising, even though they're not directly doing something, but the potential of them contributing to that momentum is there. And it's freaking awesome. And so we all live sovereign lives. We don't have to do this. You can go in a cave and meditate for the rest of your life and get rid of the ego if you want. Yeah, that you can totally do that if you want. But I personally feel like it is a worthwhile venture to stay in that state as a meditating, non-attached monk, but live in the craziness, live in the world, but not be attached to it, and experience a lot of the luxuries of a Western society, but provide value, provide an upliftment of understanding and of realization and promoting advancement of awareness. The caveat to all of that is that, and a lot of people understand this, a lot of successful entrepreneurs understand this and thought leaders, is that the student must be willing. The person must be willing to be a student. See what I'm saying? There must be a receptiveness quality to wanting to accelerate and realize within, because you can't force anything on other people. That would be a disservice to their free choice. See what I'm saying? So there comes a point in chronological life, and I have many mentors and people in my life that I'm so grateful to have learned from and gathered advice from, and they're twice my age. And a lot of them have told me you get to this point in the chronological age where you realize that I'm at the end and I want to contribute back into the community. I want to contribute my experiences and my wisdom and my knowledge and my trials and tribulations back into advancing others to have more peace and less suffering and more realization of awareness. And so what I like to say is, why do you have to wait till the end of your life to do that? Why can't you do that as early as possible? And that's what I'm doing now. I'm young enough to have this awareness, and I'm so blessed to have this awareness to then pay it forward at this age in my life. Now, it's undetermined when I'm going to leave the planet, but let's say I stay in this experience for, let's say I'm only, I'm not even halfway done with my life, let's say, okay? And let's say I live until my late 70s or 80s, or even 90s. Imagine how much time that I have to continuously reach people, touch people, help provide value, help provide joy, help make this world a better place of happiness, but provide the encouragement and the potentiality of mentorship and guidance towards those that do choose to want it. So having an awareness of contribution, having an awareness of mentorship, having an awareness of guidance is one of the best gifts that you can give to this world and to this planet and to other beings, having the potential, wanting to enact that potential of becoming more and experiencing a consciously created, clear life of their future. All right, so that's my spiel, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it about contribution and paying it forward and perpetuating the momentum of peace. All right, talk to you soon.